What stops you from being judged? Do you want to get up and explain that, or do you just want to just throw words out there? Okay, that's it. Okay. What stops you from being judged? Being redeemed is one, and being obedient is the other. But the Bible says in the book of Corinthians 11:31, it says, "For if we would judge ourselves." See, the problem with people are they're not judging themselves. They're judging themselves according to their self-righteousness. So when you judge yourself, you point fingers at others. God points 3 of them back at you. He says, "For if we would judge ourselves, we would not be judged." How do you judge yourself? With your hair.
Compare.
Eat a pear.
Compare.
Compare what?
To like someone else and then judge yourself how they are.
How do you judge yourself?
Critically.
I'm looking at myself, looking at my past, saying, what man, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have done that.
Close. You judge yourself by your thought process. Remember, the Bible says, somebody read to me Philippians 4:8. What does it say?
I think it says, meditate on things that are lovely.
It says, "Finally, my brethren, meditate." The word meditate means what? Mutter. Say something. Meditate on things that are what?
Lovely.
Pure, lovely, good report, praiseworthy, virtue. If there's any virtue in that, meditate on those things. Meditate. Speak on those things. What happens when you don't meditate on things that are pure? You're going to meditate on things that are defiled and not pure. How do you know you're doing that? What is it?
What comes out of your heart?
Thoughts that go into your what?
Heart. Head, mind.
And then where?
Down your heart.
And then what do? But wait, before that happens, those thoughts come with the what? What does that image do? It produces a what? Tim, when you're at the gym and people, from the women you train or from the guys you train, how do you know if they had a goofed up weekend or a goofed up week? And when they get in the gym, are they training worth the rip? They're out of order. They're out of order. And then when all that pressure builds up, they start saying things, mouthing off. Wait a minute, it wasn't what you did that week, it's what you didn't do. What you didn't do was take the thoughts captive. How do you know that your heart is full of stuff? So can you imagine if God says, okay, here's an x-ray machine for your physical body. Now let's transition to the spiritual realm, and you walk in front of this machine and you stand in front of the machine. Nobody else is around you. So you can't get mad at anybody. You can't blame this. You can't point the finger. You can't do that. All of a sudden you stand in front of the spiritual machine and it says, look inside of this window thing. You look inside there, and in it, it's all labeled. It's reading your spirit part. You got anger. You got bitterness. You got resentment. You got self-hatred. You got jealousy. You got fear. You got doubt. You got unbelief. You got unforgiveness. And you look back and you see a root, a big root, going down to your heritage, all the way back to the 7th generation. Well, let me explain something, y'all. In the natural, if this person was full of diseases, and you went to as a female, and you went to bed with this male that was full of diseases, physically, Probably going to catch some diseases. If you were standing around somebody who was sick and they had, a cold or something, and you hang out with them, you're probably going to catch that cold. Now let's transition to the spiritual realm, because you are 3 parts, guys. I talk about this. You are 3 parts. You're not 1 part. You're 3 parts. You have a spirit. You are a spirit. You have a soul, which is your mind, your will, and your emotion. It's not your brain. The soul is not this. When they go, he's got a good soul. That's as dumb as the day is long. Your soul is a battleground. It's a drafting room. It's an imaginary room. This arena right here, every day is going to produce a victory for your future, or it's going to produce defeat. Because the victories in your life will always be won or lost in the battlegrounds of your mind.